everyone. We're going to find all local extreme values of the graph of f of x equals 2 minus cosine of x divided by sine of x. And we're bounded by the interval 0 to pi divided by 2. All right, so let's look at this. We want to find the horizontal tangent where f prime of x equals 0. And then we can determine if it's a minimum or maximum value by looking at the graph or a sign diagram. So let's see what we have. Basically, we're going to take our derivative f prime of x and use the quotient rule. So when you differentiate 2 minus cosine of x, that's just going to be sine of x. The derivative of negative cosine of x is negative, so you'll have two negatives. So that just gives you sine of x. And then you have to multiply it by your denominator. So there's that part. Then you subtract your numerator times the derivative of your denominator, which is just cosine of x. Now and then all divided by your denominator squared. All right, this piece here, when we simplify, is going to be sine squared of x. And then we're going to have two negatives here. So this is going to be cosine of that. So that's going to be minus 2 cosine of x. Then we're going to have plus cosine squared of x. All divided by sine squared of x. I just moved this square inside. From here, this equals 1. So this is going to give you 1 minus 2 cosine of x divided by sine squared of x. Now, that's your f prime of x. We want to set this to 0. So when you cross multiply, the denominator goes away. And what we have is 1 minus 2 cosine of x equals 0. Solving for x, we're going to get cosine of x equals 1/2. So there's two places where x equals, the angle here is going to be 1/2. And that's going to occur at, for us, just x equals pi divided by 3 because we're restricted here. So we can't use the 5 pi divided by 3 in the fourth quadrant. We only can use this one. So now all we have to do is find our value of that. So we substitute in our x equals pi divided by 3 into this function here. So let's do that. Let's see, we're going to have f of x equals 2 minus cosine of pi divided by 3 divided by sine of pi divided by 3. This is going to give you equals 2 minus 1/2 divided by square root of 3 divided by 2. This is going to end up being 3/2 divided by square root of 3 divided by 2. The 2's cancel, and we have this equals 3 divided by square root of 3. If you rationalize the denominator, that's going to give you 3 square root of 3 divided by 3. And the 3's cancel. So this point here, I already did the graph, is going to be your x value is pi divided by 3. Your y value is square root of 3 divided by 2. If you look at the graph, this is a minimum. So you would say the local minimum value is square root of 3 at your x value, pi divided by 3. And this one I just did the graph. If you want to, you could also substitute, say, in pi divided by 6. And you would notice that it's negative, so you'd have a negative slope there. But you could also just use your calculator and get it the minimum value that way. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.